Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 1116. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check out the redesigned Skywriter. Let me know what you think. And with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham and invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side. Join me on camera to shoot the breeze, share information, etc. Okay, we're going to start out with the word page. That is the nonprofit and government information page. Just going to point out that there are many resources listed on the word page, programs from the city, the county, and also nonprofits that can help you and your family. So check those out at your convenience. Okay, also, the Durham County libraries are all open until 8. The Bragtown Library is open until 6. Durham Soup is tonight, and Durham Soup, that is a micro grant program, is co-sponsored by NC Idea and Forward Cities, and this is where a bunch of entrepreneurs vie for a pot of cash, so to speak. 4 have been chosen, and so the dinner is tonight. That means you buy a ticket, pay what you want. It's suggested that you pay at least $10, but from $5 to $20 is acceptable. Or even more. I know they would love that. But basically, you go to this dinner, and it is in person. It's at Provident 1898, formerly known as NC Mutual, downtown, starting at 6:30. So you have a dinner, and then the 4 entrepreneurs who have been already chosen, they actually tell you, they give it their spiel on their company idea. Then they have dinner with the group. You ask questions, you talk, you throw ideas around, and then at the end of the evening, one is chosen and they take home the pot of cash that was collected, which is really cool. Very, very cool. And it's called a micro grant program because the money comes from many, goes to one person, and they don't have to pay it back. And I think usually they get around $1,000, which is nothing to sneeze at. So yes, tonight, 6:30 until 7:45. It's probably not too late to get your ticket, so you can go ahead and do that if you like. Okay, let's see. Durham Technical Community College Small Business Center has free webinars for entrepreneurs and wannabe entrepreneurs, people who are working towards starting their own business, needing to learn all kinds of great stuff. So here's 3 workshops that are being given tonight. You do have to sign up in advance, and they're all totally free. So this evening from 4:30 until 6 is doing business with the government right for my business. It might be a good thing to learn. Also from 6 until 8, marketing your faith-based nonprofit and small business outreach. And again, that is from 6 until 8. And then another one, same time, 6 until 8, improving your credit score. That's another good. Always great to have a credit score, so a good credit score, so you can always have access to money that's not in your pocket. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. I just got the announcement that Bull City Hangout is live on YouTube. Well, I would hope so. Okay, Western Auction and Realty. Now, tomorrow is the big day for the online auction for items from the banquet hall. And then they're also going to have an online auction on Sunday. That's for Northgate Mall. And that's both are at 6 o'clock. You can do your bidding online, and then you can also attend the auction online. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the details just yet, but usually, at least when it comes to the Northgate Mall auctions, they let you go on site from 10 until 2 the same day. I don't know if it's not announced that you can do that this time, but usually that's how it goes. So go to the website because they just announced the date a couple days ago. So keep checking the website if you're interested, and they might let folks on site on Sunday to look at the items, and then the auction will happen at 6 o'clock online. Okay, let's go to the school tools page. All righty, let's see. Durham Public Schools. Now, this is interesting. This is going to happen day after tomorrow. I'm letting you know now so that you can give this thought, get your resume together, whatever you want to do. But the Durham Public Schools is going to have an online Q&A session, question and answer session for job seekers, for people who want to work for the school system. This is going to be on Thursday from noon until 2. So I'll only be able to announce it again tomorrow. And you just have to remember that Thursday from noon until 2 is going to be a Q&A session. And then you can find out about the job openings with the schools. You can ask questions, get details on how to apply, see what they're looking for. I do know they have part-time and full-time jobs. And yeah, so this should be really great for those of you who have always wanted to work for the schools. Now's your chance. Also, let's see, tomorrow, well, I'll just mention this. The Hill Learning Center tomorrow at 6:30, they're going to have an online talk, Navigating the Evaluation and Exceptional Children's Referral Process. The reason I'm mentioning it now, it's going to be at 6:30 tomorrow. And I'm mentioning it now because of I'm going to slide down here and tell you about the DPS Family Academy. Same topic, exceptional children. So Durham Public Schools has a Family Academy online. So tomorrow at noon, okay, they're going to have Being in the Know, Exceptional Children, Part 2. Part 1 was last Wednesday. So this Wednesday, tomorrow, from noon until 12:45, you'll get to know how exceptional children can be helped, get extra help in the schools. And if your child is an exceptional child, then you can definitely find out what to do, maybe learn about IEPs and that sort of thing. Same deal in Spanish. They're going to have the same information. That's going to be tomorrow also, only for the Spanish speakers. It will be from 6 until 6:45. And it's called Esté al Tanto, Niños Excepcionales, Part 2. And that's going to be tomorrow from 6 until 6:45. So if you know someone, parents, guardians who speak Spanish, very often you prefer to get technical information in your own language, even though they might be bilingual. Let them know about this workshop. It's going to be tomorrow starting at 6 o'clock. All right, now let's see. Let's go to the health page, To Your Health. Of course, I have your COVID-19 test and vaccine updates, the different places that you can go. I got my booster shot, finally. I got it on Saturday, and I have, was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday. Oh my goodness. Or was it Friday? In any case, yeah, I lost a day because I have to admit it hurt this time. Had it in my left shoulder, and yeah, I stayed in bed all day the following day with a headache. But now everything's fine. Just lasted a day. I think my brother-in-law, same deal. He also had an owie for a day. So at least I had it done. So I'm very happy. So if you're interested in getting tested, with today being Tuesday, McDougall Terrace, okay, until 4:30, Oxford Manor until 4:30, Peach until 4, and El Centro Hispano until 6. And I think El Centro has the drive-through. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle. I think with the others, you do have to go inside, I believe, or at least step out of your vehicle. Okay. Well, let me tell you about HELP. Yeah, let me scroll down because today's Tuesday. I want to start remembering to mention HELP every now and then. HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program. It's run by Durham County. I should say Durham County's Project Access. And basically, people like you and me, with wheelchairs lying around the house and unused walkers and canes and adaptive devices, you can just donate them if you don't need them anymore. They will sanitize and repair them if necessary, and then they long-term lend them or loan them to people who need them. Very often elderly people who really don't have a lot of money to go around renting and buying equipment. So it's nice to get it for free from the HELP program. So on Tuesdays, they're open from 10 until 2. And then on Fridays, they're open from 1 until 5. Now, a lot of us are used to seeing them when we go into the scrap exchange. They're not there anymore. Now they're located on the north side of town, 4206 North Roxborough Street. That's where they are now. And I think they have their very own spot. I need to go up there and see their new location. But yeah, they are always looking for walkers, wheelchairs, bedside commodes, canes, knee scooters, reachers, the pickup sticks, grabber sticks, tub transfer benches. That's very helpful as well. So again, if you could make those donations on Tuesdays or Fridays, they would love that. Okay, let's go to the health events page. And you get there by going to the health page, and you click on the big blue button at the top of the page for the support group information. So let's see, today's the 16th, which means the Dementia Caregiver Support Group, and this is for caregivers in the African American community. They will be meeting online this evening at 7 o'clock. Get tips on how to care for your loved ones with dementia or Alzheimer's. It's a great meeting. Also, tomorrow from noon until 1:30, there's going to be an online meeting of the Daughters Concerned for Aging Relatives Support Group. You don't literally have to be a daughter, but just someone caring for someone in your family with Alzheimer's or dementia, and you can really, or whatever they're ailing from, and you can just get tips on how to better care for them, etc., and how to better get along with them. Sometimes they get a little cantankerous, and how to deal with them pretty much in a loving manner. All right, now let's go to, let's see. Let's go to the praise page because 𝗕𝗕𝗓 Connect is this evening. Let me mention that. The Center for Muslim Life at Duke University, every Tuesday, they have 𝗕𝗕𝗓 Connect, and that's from 6 until 7:30. And basically, this is where you can hear verses of the Quran in Arabic, and you might not actually be fluent in Arabic, so they talk about the verse in English afterwards, which I think is really hip. So that is from 6 until 7:30. You can attend in person. They're on Swift Avenue over there by 147 or I-47. 147. Oh my God. Okay. Or you can attend on Zoom. All right. I think that's it for the praise page. Let's go to the Let's Go page, the last page that we will be. Oh my goodness, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 is here. Yeah, right after I give the weather, let's see what's happening with Delphine. Looks like Guy, our cook's waiting as well. So let me rush through these items here on the Let's Go page. Let's see. Oh, this is happening in 15 minutes. New Visions of Africa restaurant. They have their grocery giveaway as they always. Vegas Don is here too. Oh my God. Let me put his comment on. Boom. You got to drop by one day because he's doing great things for the young folks. I swear. I'm not kidding. Vegas Don. Okay. Where am I? Yes. Grocery giveaway, New Visions of Africa restaurant. They're right next door to W.D. Hill. By the way, W.D. Hill's new mural is looking gorgeous right now. They're painting it right now. Anyway, the grocery giveaway starting at 12:30 is at W.D. Hill New Visions of Africa restaurant next door. Oh, thank you, Vegas. He says thumbs up to me too. Thank you. So here's the thing. If you're driving, go around and park in the W.D. Hill parking lot. Look for someone with a clipboard. And sometimes there's this lady sitting off to the side at a table. Whichever way, just approach someone who looks like they have authority. Give them your name. And then, just wait. Call your name. Then you can get a bunch of groceries. Now, if you're on the number 5 or 5K bus, try to have a rollaway cart because you're going to get more than a handful of groceries. And I mean, whole bags of stuff. So anyway, it's a wonderful thumbs up to 𝗕𝗓𝗟 because they're doing a great job, he and his crew. Then they come back from 3 until 6 with free meals. And then you can get a meal if you're in need from 3 until 6. Just pick one up, enjoy it on the picnic table outside, or you can take it home. And as far as the groceries, they start at 12:30, and it's while 𝗕𝗓𝗟 told me to say now, while supplies last. Okay, because there are people in need, and it's serious out there. Okay, let's see. North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences hosts Virtual Trivia Tuesday. It's online, and it's from 6 until 7. Test your knowledge of science and current events. Lots of fun. Durham Soup, I just announced that. That is this evening, 6:30 until 7:45 at Provident 1898, formerly known as NC Mutual, where 4 budding entrepreneurs will compete for one pot of cash. It's going to be really fun. So that's going to be this evening. Read about that on both the Word page and it's also on the Let's Go page. The Tuesday Blues Jam at the Blue Note Grill, that's 6:30 until 8:30, a fun night of blues. If you can play the blues, hop on stage and join them. Free admission, so you know it's going to be lots of fun. Speaking of fun, Marva's Fun is going to have her Stay Well virtual line dance class, 7 until 8. Learn those steps you always wanted to learn for the family reunion, which you know will be happening in a big way next year, because by then, COVID will be gone. Gotta claim it. Gotta claim it. Okay, now let's see if there's anything happening tomorrow morning that you need to know about. Yes, APS of Durham. Let me find that. Whoa, I think I scrolled past it. Wait a minute. Where is it? Wait a minute. APS of Durham, they have the behavior. The behavior is like a clinic. It's from noon until 12:15. It's online, so don't be late. It's only 15 minutes, and they teach you how to train your pet. And you know, with Christmas coming, or I should say the holidays, somebody's going to be getting pets for Christmas. So just know that this service is available once a month. Animal Protection Society of Durham has this online behavior live class from noon until 12:15. And I think that is it. Let's see. I think there's one more thing if I can find it. Let me just make sure. I think it's pretty much it. Let me give you the weather before I bring on 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. It is 59 degrees right now. It's sunny. It's going to be sunny all day. It's going up to 63, which I love. Tomorrow's going to be even better. 74. I love the sound of that. It's going to be sunny all day tomorrow. Let's see. Just real quick, I'm just curious about the rest of the week. Thursday, 75. Oh my God. Friday, 54. Okay. Anyway. Okay, let's bring on 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. I'm going to say a quick hello to Guy, but let me bring on, I'll bring them both on. But I really, okay, anyway, let me just do this. Okay. Hello, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 and Guy.
Hey.
Hi, good morning.
New.
Good afternoon.
What is new? I think most people who watch Bull City Hangout pretty much know who Guy is, our friend in Washington State. But 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, with your beautifully, always perfect white fro, I just love that. So tell us who you are. Just pretend like we don't even know each other. So who are you?
Well, I'm 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟𝗧, co-founder of Urban Community Agronomics. It's a nonprofit organization, and we know it as You Can. And what we're doing is we're reclaiming an old farmstead into the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟𝗟 Trail Farm here in northern Durham.
Okay.
So that's who I am.
And actually, you have been introducing, I was going to say gardening, but that sounds kind of lightweight. I'm going to say actual farming to a lot of young people who, a lot of them really don't know where food comes from.
Exactly. I mean, one of our missions is to increase food security. That's the positive way of looking at it. But in order to do that, we need to instill within people the skills to grow some of their own vegetables. So we have a community garden, an in-ground traditional agriculture area, bees, chickens. We now sell eggs or have eggs to give away. Gosh, and we're expanding. And this property just so happens to be part of the plantation system that formerly existed in Durham County. So we're on land that once held enslaved individuals.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That must feel really deep, putting your hands in that soil.
It's like coming full circle. I like to think that our ancestors are proud of us for what we're doing because we have literally come from full circle. We're doing this because there's a love and there's a need and not because you have to do. And it
I
also
love that.
honors the legacy that they left us, which is skill of growing your own, the skills of agriculture. So I love
Mm.
it. I'm sure. I hope my excitement comes through. But
Oh, definitely coming through loud and clear. And I know that, well, I know it's getting cooler out now, but I know earlier in the year you were giving away groceries. I'm saying groceries, but produce, well,
right,
groceries, food.
yeah. And we actually
And
will be doing that again on tomorrow. That's one reason. It's like God, I gotta let Pat know. We will be having our community-wide food distribution on tomorrow, beginning at
mm,
10 a.m. until
mm,
supplies are gone. It will be held at Mount Level Missionary Baptist Church in their parking lot. They've allowed us once again to use their wonderful space, and that's
okay,
located at 316 Hebron Road here in Durham. I want
okay.
everybody to know that we only give fresh produce, fruit, and eggs. We do not give any canned or packaged foods. We're about farming, we're about high nutrition, so it'll be all the things such as your greens, your, oh my goodness, pears, eggs. Uh,
I've gotten so much good food from you
yes,
all.
yes.
Mm.
I
Well,
mean,
now that it's fall, though, so you're giving away all this wonderful produce and food and whatnot. But will this be the last? Because it's going to be like in the 30s at night soon, right?
no, no. I think that's one misconception. If you're on a vegetable farm, if you're
Hmm.
raising vegetables, it's year round. Take it from me. I grew up on one. It's year round. I actually remember
Okay.
knocking
Well,
ice
I'm
off
from
of collard
Chicago. I
greens
don't
to
know.
harvest them. Yeah, it's year round.
Okay. Go
I
ahead,
have a
guy.
question.
Yeah.
When I was in Oklahoma a few years ago, one of the things they teach at the schools there, because they grow their own stuff, is how to preserve the stuff, how to
Mm.
put it in a jar and can it. Now, Delphine, are you involved with that at all, or no?
Yes and no. Let me explain that. Until the pandemic came, we were actually teaching food preservation or canning. We were fortunate that C's, which is on Gilbert Street here in Durham, allowed
Yeah.
us to use their kitchen. And then the pandemic, unfortunately, put a close to that. But some great news I want to share is that we are in the process of actually renovating one of the old historic buildings on the property, and we will start it at first of the year with 1 year to complete. And that mill house will have its own demonstration kitchen on site. It will have a
Super.
media area where kids can go and do some research. We can mentor with them. It would have a cool room, all the things that we need to
Delphine.
actually complete our seed to table experience. Yes.
I am
Great.
totally
That's
loving
great.
this. And
Yeah.
Guy, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to mention because Delphine used to be, I know a lot of people are saying, where have I seen her before? Used to be in charge of the North Carolina Cooperative Extension.
Yeah, I
And
retired, yeah, as the
yeah,
extension director in 2016, and then entered here in Durham County, and then entered this new uh, profession. Let me
okay,
say that.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
But the reason I mentioned that, besides the fact I know people are trying to figure out where they know you, um, I was told that before I moved here to Durham, that I think it was at the Whitted, what is now the Whitted, the senior housing, it was the Whitted school years ago. I was told that I think it was the cooperative extension or somebody had canning classes and whatnot in that building before I moved here. I don't know if you know about that.
I
Uh,
don't, but I believe it, and I'm sure it's
yeah.
true. I mean, canning is a lost art that
oh
people
yeah,
think is difficult to do, and it's amazing. It's easy to do,
it's
and isn't it, guy? I
yes.
mean,
I years ago, my wife was a social worker, and she had a gleaning program where they go and pick the last fruit out of the orchard. So
Oh,
she came home with this big bag of apricots, because we live in Washington State, and they were great apricots. She says, "Well, do something with these, like you could," kind of throwing down the gauntlet, right, and then left. And that was the summer I was Mr. Mom. So I said, I'm gonna make jam. My grandmother used to make jam, so it can't be that hard. So I'll just call up the extension office, and they'll tell me what to do. And they said, quote, we don't really have any instructions. We just follow what comes with the pectin. I said, the what? The pectin. If you open the box of pectin, that's spelled PECTIN for those of you not writing it down.
Mm-hmm.
The instructions are there, chapter and verse, for every flavor of jam and jelly that you could ever think of, ever. And so I made the apricot into jam. My wife bragged about it to my mom, who was still alive at that time. Mom showed up the next day with probably 80 pounds of produce. Fruit,
oh my God.
Strawberries, the whole gauntlet. Well, if you make all of this into jam, you can have half. We were eating jam for years after that. So it's a good thing. I'm really, Delphine, the other thing I was going to drop, write this down, MailChimp. Get a newsletter set up so that when you need to let that lady know about your next event, your next handout, whatever, she's on the mailing list, and bazinga, you just send it to the Durham Skywriter at gmail.com, and she's got it to add to the newspaper.
Okay, will do. We have MailChimp, and believe it or not, I'm sitting here with my to-do list, and one is I need to add people to our mailing list on MailChimp.
Yeah.
Send you a copy of our most recent newsletter. But yes,
right,
yes.
And
with this being the fall, being the fall, Delphine, do you need volunteers? Are you going to have classes or work days? What are you going to have this fall?
Girl, yes, we need volunteers always,
every day.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually doing a lot at the farm. We're finally creating our gateway. You may not know, in July we finally got electricity on the property because we're having to build our own infrastructure.
Wow.
So we have electricity. So now we're able to start building our own gateway. Last weekend we planted lots of trees, pollinated bushes, things to draw in the pollinators.
Okay.
We will be putting down mulch in those areas this coming Saturday. We're out there every Saturday.
I guess you already planted your collard greens, right?
Yes, we planted collard greens. You can still plant more. We've planted we planted collard greens. We've already planted onions, garlic, turnip, mustard. We still have thriving bok choy, Napa cabbage. I'm trying to visualize right now.
I had my first bok choy thanks to you. I didn't even know what it was.
So always want to introduce new vegetables to everyone. And before I do go here, because I know how I tend to ramble, because I love to talk.
I love it.
On December
so much too.
On December the 4th, and it's in this newsletter that I'm going to be sending you. We will have a walk the farm tour. Okay. At the Walk the Farm tour, we want to take you through walk you around this once enslaved property, share with you what we're doing, our gardens, our chickens, our bees, the trail. We're building new trails. There will also be activities for adults and children. One that I'm really looking forward to is we collaborate with with the New Hope Audubon Society. And we can only take 15 young people, but they will actually be doing a project on site at this time where they're teaching young people to build bird nesting boxes, which they can take home with them. If you're under 18, you got to have an adult. Okay. We will have an on-site farmers market, sharing some of the things that because we're widening we're doing so much. If you went to the farm, there was only one path going in. So now we have widened it some to have a path so we can have two-way traffic, which makes for a better on-site farmers market. So
how big is this property? How big is this property?
Well, the property we have access to 53 acres. And I don't think I'm letting a secret out of the bag, but this is conservation property that currently is owned by Triangle Land Conservancy. But through their Good Grounds Initiative program, we are in the process of the property being transferred to UCAN.
You better stop.
I'm serious. It's like a dream come
I
true.
love that.
How many chickens do you have?
20.
Oh my God. Yeah, Pat, they need to have volunteers every day with 20 chickens.
Yes.
And they're all laying age. Are they old enough to lay? Oh yeah. They're going to need a lot of help.
Yeah, they're laying
53 acres. Yeah, I'm a retired farm kid, and yeah, that's a busy place.
Yeah, now I will admit most of the property because the beauty of it is the majority of the property is wooded area, which is great because hopefully in 2022 we will start having on-site camping, especially for our organized groups such as scouts, grandparent groups, those youth groups, not necessarily just the overall general public, but our goal is to give people access to open spaces, and I say people who have traditionally been marginalized, but to give access to open spaces, to trails, to learn about this beautiful, beautiful piece of property and the peace that it brings.
Well, to me, it sounds very exciting. Coming from the South Side of Chicago and a former Girl Scout, we loved it when we were. We were excited by even things like the outhouse and the pumping of the water, that hand pump thing. And we loved all that, every aspect of it. We just loved. The only scary thing, well, my sister went to overnight camp. I didn't, but I'm still afraid of being in the wilderness at night. That's very scary to me. But the darkness, woo. But other than that, oh man, every aspect of being out in the forest and out in the wild is very exciting for a city kid. And probably something that country kids and small town kids probably just take for granted.
It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I went out about less than 2 weeks ago, and I have never seen that many early in the morning, that many wild turkeys at one time in my life. It was
wild turkeys.
Yeah.
Yes. It was truly amazing. Yes.
I didn't know they ran around wild.
Yeah.
Yep. Are they edible or what I mean is, I just told you I'm from Chicago.
Yes.
So the turkeys that we eat, are they specially bred or are they the same as the turkeys that are running around your farm? Let's put it that way.
They're not the same.
They're not.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't too dumb a question.
The one you're going to eat at Thanksgiving is not the same as the ones that Delphine saw running around the farm.
No. But they're beautiful still. It was just, and someone told me that we have so many animals, especially turkeys this year, because there was not that much rain, and the tributaries didn't flood, so it didn't wash away the turkeys' eggs and that sort of thing. So now there's just a lot of them. Beautiful deer. You can just sit there and watch them. I
always hear them described as destroyers. I mean, they're not all bad, are they?
What, deer? No, deer need their space, just like we need our space. That's the reason we have a 10-foot fence around all of our growing areas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So because the plants won't grow very much if there's no 10-foot fence.
They will not.
Yeah, that's why I keep hearing that they're destroyers, that they eat everything. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's green, it's edible, they're going to get it.
Well, now that my car has been worked on, I can now venture farther from my house. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning for sure.
Please.
And I would love to take the tour. I've been wanting to come out to your farm in such a long time. I've been afraid to drive too far. But like I said, my car's been worked on. And it was actually repaired this past weekend. Thumbs up to Tony and crew, University BP. But anyway.
Is there a website address for the farm?
Yes, there is. It's www.ucan.today. So www.ucan today.
Oh, I love that. You
Mm-hmm.
can today.
Yeah.
That's so funny because back home there's an organization called We Can.
Mm-hmm.
It was a whole different. I mean, it didn't deal with what you're dealing with. But
Yeah.
anyway, I just thought it was cute.
Well, I often tell people that I kind of came up with a name when President Obama said we can, and
Yes,
I
yeah,
thought I can, and it's like, oh, I love that.
you
So
can.
what better to say than you can?
Yeah, urban community agronomic.
Agronomics,
Now,
exactly.
what does the word agronomics mean? It sounds like agriculture with
Economics.
economics.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
agriculture and economics. There is a connection between the two. And
Yep.
we need to realize it. One of the things that next year as well, so much is going on next year, which is already here, is our goal is to clear 2 acres of the land to increase our agricultural field space and really to start what I call an incubator farming project for individuals who are want to get into farming, never had the space or the land to do it. We can help nurture that. And this came about because of a concern about what is termed as our returning citizens. Some find it
Mhm.
very difficult to find viable employment, so therefore they're forced to go back. So
Mm.
if we take, let's say, for example, one of those acres divided into 1/8 plots, teach you how to work together and
Mhm.
create a CSA or another, sell your produce collaboratively on a farmer's market or something along that line. You can make a living from it. So our
Is that
project,
kind of like modern? I don't. I hope this isn't a negative term,
mhm.
but like sharecropping, where you keep some and then the person who owns the land keeps some.
uh, similar. We haven't worked out all the details, but let's just say we know that initially you don't have any money. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
so you have to get started. So let's
Mm.
just say in this for conversation only, and you can only have the property for 2 years because we're going to teach you to write a business plan, help you with finding land that you can either rent or buy individually or as a group so you continue farming. And then you bring on a new crop of farmers.
Okay.
But tentatively we're thinking in terms of maybe, let's just say, and truly, we haven't thought it through all the way. Once you get going, 10% of your sales you have to give back
Yeah.
to us, to the property, in order for us to help maintain it, make sure that anything that needs to be done with the soil, we can all do it collaboratively. Get
Mm.
pest controls, whatever
I
that
like
may
that.
be.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this one last question.
Sure.
So I've been watching YouTube video. I watch YouTube videos on all these different topics, and every now and then I come across farmers that switched from tobacco. And traditionally here, it's tobacco. I think in South Carolina, I think the crop was rice. I think, but how people are making a lot more money growing organic specialist type crops that are like hot right now,
Mhm.
and they're making a lot more money, and they're trying to get people in other countries that are growing, of course, drug crops, to also grow this high demand organic fancy stuff for the American market.
Mhm.
So do you grow, are you thinking of setting aside some of your land to grow some of this fancy organic
Yes,
new
we are.
newfangled?
Yeah. And especially right now, though, I need to get, I keep saying we need to get people even accustomed to just regular food, regular
Oh,
produce that they grew up with. You know what I mean?
I
Your,
do.
your
Actually, I do.
collard, your cabbage, traditional. But you always introduce something new
Hmm.
too.
Hmm.
Like how many people are
Like bok
familiar
choy.
with Napa cabbage or bok choy? Or
Hmm.
I think Swiss chard is becoming more popular at this
Yeah, I don't
point.
know much about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, so some of the things that people are not accustomed to, and it will require us in many instances to possibly, well, hopefully, we will also acquire a high tunnel because many lots of produce, need warmer weather, long-term warmer weather, so we can't grow it here in North Carolina. So I have to focus on those things since we don't have a high tunnel. What can we grow that grow year round? So once you take out one
Yeah.
crop, you can put in another one.
You know what I would love to do, Delphine?
What's that?
I mean, we've been friends for so long. I would love for you to introduce something to my readers and viewers, and to have it focused, featured rather, on the gardening page, because I do have a gardening page, so why not? How to prepare, what it looks like, what it tastes like, that sort of. I would love to do that,
Oh,
because I think it's important. See, my mom hated vegetables, so we didn't really grow up with a wide variety and my mom's from Durham. So embarrassing. She hated vegetables. She liked fruits, but she hated vegetables.
Mhm.
So I grew up kind of lacking in that area. So yeah. But anyway, I would love to introduce the kids and just other folks maybe that are like me, big city folks that really just don't know a whole lot about this sort of thing, and just widen that palette of folks.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would love to.
yeah, we would love to do it. I mean, right now I'm sitting here thinking about Jerusalem artichokes. I did
Don't
not
know. I've
know.
heard of it. I don't know what that
See,
is.
it's not your traditional artichoke, and I don't know why they call it Jerusalem artichoke, but
I
it's
don't even know
very,
about the regular.
yeah, it's very nutritious. Has a lot of medicinal properties to it. But that's something
Okay.
that we introduced this year, and we gave it away to people, and even posted a recipe where people could
Yeah,
very very easy to prepare. So
I
introducing
need to learn about
new
that.
foods, new produce is a dream. Yes, we would love to do that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you have any connection to the Durham Public Schools Hub Farm?
A collaborative one, yes. I mean, we do
Okay.
lots of gleaning as well with the Society of St. Andrews. Uh,
You do?
oh yes,
Awesome.
from sweet potato, you name it. To they want sweet potato greens, you name it, we do it. In the hub farm, because we do not have a cooling room, is allowing us right now to keep some of the produce that we harvest last week, so that we can also be able to keep them fresh and give them out tomorrow.
Oh, isn't
So
that
yes,
nice?
yeah, they're a good partnership. You can, and the Catawba Trail Farm believes in partnership and collaborations and networking. I mean, we
That's the
all
best
are
way to
about,
go through life.
yeah, we've got to learn to work together to make a greater impact, and we believe in
Hmm.
that wholeheartedly.
Wonderful. Delphine, thank you so much for stopping by. Remember that former farming area that I showed you over by McDougal Terrace?
Yes.
I found out that it's laying kind of fallow right now and unused. The gentleman, he did die. The guy that had the big project idea, he wanted to make it a big farming area and hire kids from the MAC to farm and to sell the vegetables and stuff and make money.
Hmm.
Yeah, he died. So that's why I think that area is just going to continue to become overgrown, and it's really sad. He had quite the vision. He even had a what do you call that with the solar panels,
Okay. Yeah.
and yeah, but yeah, he was a little older when he got started, and he had a bad cough. I don't really know what he had, but yeah, so he passed on. I do hope somebody can pick that up one
So do
day.
I. Yeah. I mean, even at my young age, right now, I'm very concerned about, as they say, succession planning. I mean, in order, you can put all the work into it, but if there's no one to take over,
Yeah,
who once you leave, or also have that vision and say this is something that we want to continue, it dies, and it's a sad death. So we're definitely looking at
yeah,
that ourselves. Yeah.
yeah. That's smart for everybody in our age group for sure. So, thanks again. So,
Sure.
Guy, I don't want to
Don't.
neglect you. So, what's new in your life, real quick?
Okay. This morning, I published again onto the Facebook thing because that's where you make announcements. The longest lasting lunar eclipse is happening Friday night.
What?
This coming Friday, it'll last for 3 hours plus. And you know how when the moon turns red when there's an eclipse? It's going to
Yeah.
cover 97% of the moon. And
Wait
guess
a
who
minute. How
gets
come
this?
I haven't heard about it?
Well, you got to get
Is
out
it
more.
North
I've been
America?
saying, Delphine, I've been telling this girl a long time. You got to get out and find out what's happening. And she's just working on the paper, you know. Anyway,
I thought it was happening in Durham.
and Facebook, I put a link onto the YouTube channel where they're going to archive it and make a video. So if you don't feel like going out at 2:00 in the morning to see the eclipse, then you can watch the video on the YouTube channel. So just go to NASA.com. I think it's NASA.gov actually, and they'll have more scoop than the law allows. I see the pen is in Delphine's hand. She's writing this down.
Oh yeah.
Eclipse.
What would be interesting, because I do know a lot of enslaved people would escape and use the moonlight and the stars to guide their way. That would be an interesting late night event, maybe one day on either Catawba Trail Farm or maybe Stagville. I want to do something like that. Because I have to tell you, I went to Duke Homestead some years ago for the Christmas celebration, traditional Christmas. You were celebrating it as if it were mid 1800s. And so they didn't have lights on. I mean, it was just like 1860s and candlelight. And I was a little nervous. I'm not used to the dark, being from Chicago where nothing, even the alleys are well lit. And they were saying how people would go to the next house, which was like several miles away, using the moonlight. And I found that hard to understand. And again, I think this would be an interesting bit of programming, maybe later, Delphine. Kids love the night and they love campfires and s'mores. That would be interesting just to discuss how serious it was to escape, just using your wits and the sky to guide you on your way. That might be kind of a poignant thing.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how well your eyes adjust to the darkness once you've been out there, and you actually wind up seeing more than you think you would see, because there's a natural adjustment, and it's beautiful. Having grown up in a country where there were no street lights, there's nothing more beautiful than a starry night when the moon is shining, and oh God, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
It took a while for me to get used to it. I did go to college. I went straight from the south side of Chicago to rural Alabama for college, and the night sky terrified me at first. Absolutely terrified me. It took a minute for me to get used to it, and after a while, I found it beautiful. But boy, there was an adjustment period because the sky is so huge in the country. When you're in the city, it's only but so big because of the buildings. You don't see but so much at a time, you know. And it's just it was pretty awe-inspiring. Indeed. So I want to respect both of your times and thank you so much for dropping by, Delphine. Of course, Guy, as always. So I will see you tomorrow, Delphine. Hopefully I can stop by and get home by noon. I think I can.
Oh yeah. You definitely
Oh.
can. Thank you.
Oh, tell us. So people might say, oh my gosh, I want to take my kids or I want to volunteer. So they find UCAN on the best ways to find you on Facebook, right?
Find us on Facebook or go to our website on our website, which again is www.ucan.today. And there is a link to volunteer. We would like to know that you're coming, especially because if we know or have a general idea about how many people are coming. Believe it or not, I do have a list of tasks that can be done, but it helps with the sign-in based on age, parents working with kids, that kind of thing. And whenever we have lots of little kids, we always like to have activities that we can just engage them in, such as so that they can take home their own little planter with, let's just say, garlic chives in it, that they can grow their own garlic chives in the windowsill, those kind of things. So we would like to have something that our kids can not only do, but something they can leave with that they can nurture and grow and actually help to support their family's nutrition. Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, but you are doing so much. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine you're doing more. I mean, it's just incredible what you're telling me and the fact that you're expanding and all the things you're going to be doing in the future. And I can imagine you're doing a live streaming show eventually, preparing the different fruits and vegetables, how to do this and how to do that. I can always help you get started with that because you need to do a video series or a show or something.
We're working on
that
it.
is incredible.
Yeah. That would be good for when you do the walk around of the farm.
I'll probably
Just
do that.
Have somebody with a camera and do the audio and the video right there as you're doing it.
Yeah,
I'll probably do that. Well, I did that when I toured the Durham County, the main library when it reopened. I think I spent 2 hours walking around giving people a tour of every nook and cranny of the library. Right. So, yeah.
That's a big library if you spent 2 hours.
Oh.
Beautiful.
You haven't seen a library until you've seen Durham County Library's main library.
Put the Seattle Public Library on your bucket list.
I'll give it a look. I can't imagine it being nearly as good as ours. Not that we're competing.
It's a big one. And they just redid it
I'll take a peek
like a few years ago. They just redid it. It's awesome.
Guy, in the 80s, I lived in Washington State. We lived in Bremerton. My husband was
I lived in Kitsap County too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I lived in Port Orchard.
Okay. Yeah, we lived in Bremerton, up near Silverdale, all of that. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there were some orcas that came up into. Orcas are killer whales, Pat.
I know they're whales. I know they're killers though.
And they went up into Dyes Inlet up by Silverdale. And my wife said, "Oh, we should go out and see them." I said, "No, we should just watch from the shore." They're called killer whales not because all the other names were taken. It's because that's what they do.
That's what they do.
So now think about this for a second, Delphine. There's orca whales out in the water. These two guys come up in all black wetsuits saying, "Hey, could we go swim out by the whales?" I'm serious. They did. They asked. And the one guy looked at him and says, "Do you know what a seal looks like to a killer whale? Pretty much like what you would look like."
Exactly.
And they turned around and walked back away. They weren't not thinking. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. They're awesome sight to see. But I don't want to go out in I told the wife, I said, that's when we discover that, you know how when you take a red cape and it makes the bull charge at you? That's when we find out that the green boat is what makes the killer whales go nuts and charge at you.
Wow. I can't imagine whales attacking anything. But anyway, I've never seen one in person. So.
Well, you know how you're watching those YouTube videos all the time? Just do a search.
Yeah, was floating around peacefully.
Yeah.
Good to know. Just in case I go out west.
And anyway, don't leave because I'm going to tell you something you don't want on the recording that we got to fix on the website. I do too.
Oh, okay. So I'll go ahead and end the show, and then you can hang around, Guy, and then I can talk to you after the show. So I will thank Delphine. Thank you so much for visiting us on Bull City Hangout. Come back anytime you want. I will definitely see you tomorrow.
All right. Look forward to it. Thank you. Yeah. Good to meet you, Guy.
You too.
All right.
Okay. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, Guy, and I'll see you in a minute. So I'll go ahead and remove you. Okay, folks, so that is it for Bull City Hangout. Always fun when friends drop by. Boy, that was a blast. So share this out, if you don't mind, so that more people can know what's happening in Durham. Looks like Bull City Hangout's becoming the happening show. Very happy to say that. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Continue to send me information. Share this out, and I will see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now. Let's see. Just a second, guy. Hey, Guy, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm going to have to, it's not allowing me to end the show. So I'm just going to close this down and then invite you using a new code because I'm having a technical glitch. So yeah, so I'm going to end this in a rude manner. Let's see if I can do this.